Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Sunday, April the 14th, and welcome to our video commentary. You may have heard that a group of people from Central America crashed into Mexico. They went through I guess, the police line or whatever it was, and they walked into the country, and I guess those people are heading to the United States, although we're not 100% sure. The interesting thing, according to news reports, is that these are not just Central Americans. There are people from other countries as well that were part of that group. So they're not just coming from Central America. Apparently, some of them are also coming from other countries, and that's an interesting development. You know, I've been talking to some friends of mine in Mexico, and everybody that I talk to seems a little bit surprised about the way that Mexico is handling this. Mexico historically has had a very tough position on illegal immigration. Basically, they drew the line on the southern border, and they did not tolerate any penetration through that border. And if you were in the country, Central American or whatever in the country, you were likely to be hounded and very likely deported by the Mexican authorities. That appears to have changed. And as I say, many friends of mine in Mexico that I've spoken to don't seem to understand what's going on. Now, the easy explanation is that Mexico is trying to somehow show defiance toward President Trump. They're just trying to, get Trump angry at them. That may be true, but I'm not exactly sure what Mexico is gaining from any of this. I mean, Mexico already has its own problems, and the idea that you're going to allow other people into your country, even though these people are going to the United States, they still have to travel to your country, just doesn't seem to make any sense to me. Also, you have, I think, pretty credible allegations that organized crime is actually managing all of this human movement. So that brings organized crime or criminal elements into the picture that cannot be good for Mexico. So I don't know how long this is going to go on. I don't know how long Mexico will continue to allow its territory to turn into an avenue, if you will, for people to come from other countries to the United States. I don't know how much longer that's going to go on, but all I can tell you is, in just talking to some Mexican friends of mine in Mexico, everybody seems to be rather surprised, and everybody seems to be rather angry at this extremely tolerant position that the new president of Mexico is taking with respect to illegal immigration. Nobody seems to understand why Mexico has changed from a country that was very intolerant of any kind of penetration from the South to one that appears to be tolerating these people going through its territory to the United States. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Now, there was a major decision here in the last couple of days where a court overturned a San Francisco decision. If you remember, this was the judge in San Francisco who said that President Trump couldn't keep the asylum seekers in Mexico. Well, that was reversed, and we may very well go back to the situation where these asylum seekers are kept in Mexico. That might change Mexico's point of view. The fact that some of these people are going to be spending weeks, perhaps months, perhaps years in Mexico, that maybe will change the point of view. But all I can tell you is from just talking to Mexican friends, and I don't mean to suggest that this is a scientific survey, but just from talking to Mexican friends, I get the feeling that a lot of Mexicans in Mexico are not very happy with what is going on with illegal immigration in their country. Thank you for watching. We have all of these on YouTube, on Twitter, and on my blog. And if today is your birthday, happy birthday. Bye-bye, everybody.